So, if you are anything like me, you'll be asking yourself why I'm talking about St. Kentigern, and this is the reason. Now, this is a clay pipe, and on it we have the fish at the bottom with the ring in its mouth. We have the tree, and we have the bird. And on the back of this clay pipe we have the words, "Let Glasgow prosper." It was only after this came to my home that I realised, yes, it's definitely something to do with Glasgow, and yes, this may be very interesting, as I recognised the Glasgow heraldic arms. Now, this little pipe might not look much, but it holds a great history about one of our saints from Fife, St. Kentigern, and he was taught by St. Serf. Now, if you know anything about Fife history, you'll know that St. Serf lived on the Isle of May and ministered from there. And he was St. Kentigern's teacher. So there are many Fife links with this little pipe, and we will explore them more. These elements on the pipe are associated with his miracles. And here you have a little robin, a tree, and the fish with the rings. And I'll tell you the story of these in a moment. So the history surrounding this little pipe is very interesting. St. Kentigern, whose name was also Mungo, was born in Couris, Fife. He died in around 612. He was an abbot and an early Christian missionary, and was the first bishop of Glasgow. And as we've seen on the pipe, it is the Glasgow heraldic arms. But Couris itself has associations with the Celtic saints of both Kentigern and St. Serf. And as I've explained when I was showing you the pipe, St. Serf lived on the Isle of May, which I can see if I walk down to the bottom of my road and look across. It's a beautiful island and is now a bird sanctuary. But anyway, on with the history. The miracles I told you about that were associated with the design on the pipe are associated with the miracles he performed in Glasgow. Now, there were 4 miracles that he performed in Glasgow, and the following verse is used to remember these 4 miracles. So here is the verse. Here is the bird that never flew. Here is the tree that never grew. Here is the bell that never rang. And here is the fish that never swam. Now, I'd like to explain a few of the mysterious lines in that particular verse. Now, the bird was associated with St. Kentigern, and the bird represents a little robin that St. Kentigern brought back to life after it had been killed by some of his fellow classmates. So that's the little bird is actually a little robin. The tree had been left, the tree represents when St Kentigern had been left in charge of a fire in St Serph's monastery. He'd fallen asleep and the fire went out, but he took up a hazel branch and he restarted that fire. So the bell was brought by Mungo from Rome, and it was used in services and to mourn the dead. And the first symbol, the fish, refers to a story about Queen Langurith of Strathclyde, who was suspected of infidelity by her husband, King Rhydderch. That's how you pronounce 2 Ds in Welsh. So King Rhydderch of Strathclyde, who demanded to see her ring, which she claimed she had given to her lover. In reality, the king had thrown it into the River Clyde. So, faced with execution, she appealed to St Kentigern for help, who ordered a messenger to catch a fish in the river. And on opening the fish that was caught in the river, as ordered by St Kentigern, the ring was miraculously found inside, which allowed the Queen to clear her name. So these are the miracles that are represented on that lovely pipe, and as a fifer, I am glad that this little pipe fell into the hands of another fifer. Just as St Kentigern was a fifer, I too am a fifer, and love being steeped in pre-Reformation ecclesiastical history. So I thought I'd just run this one past you, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and thanks for watching.